Let's go ahead and visit with Coach Gary Garner following the Elite Eight quarterfinal loss tonight to Grace College. And first off, Coach, you got to give a lot of credit to the hot hand of the Grace players. They played really well against us.
Yeah, not only the hot hand, but they're just a really well-disciplined, well-coached team. And, yeah, you do. You got to give them a lot of credit because they played extremely well tonight on the defensive end and the offensive end. But I can't tell you how proud I am of our guys because of their character and their toughness. They're a tough group of kids now, and they're kids with a lot of character, and they're really hurting right now.
Let's talk about a couple of the players that we've not mentioned in the previous interviews. The first one, Ryan McCutcheon, he came in yesterday and he came in today, sparing minutes, but yet he really gives his effort.
Oh, he always gives us great effort in practice and in games. He got a big rebound last night, played well tonight. Ryan's been hurt all year long, and he was hurt last year. And we don't know what he might do if he ever stays healthy for a long period of time. But he's a great team player, and I'm just very proud of him.
Touch on one of the other players that really knows his role, more of a practice player, but when he gets in the game, the man from down under.
Man from down under, Mitch Drestra, one of my favorites. What a tremendous young man he is, first of all, and he just gives his heart and soul out there in practice every day. He gets to play very little, but he's just a great teammate. Players all love him, coaches all love him, and I'd like to have more like him.
Let's talk what this second consecutive trip to the national tournament means to the men's basketball program. For recruiting purposes, for status, just your thoughts.
Well, it's very important, that we got back for the second time. I think many people thought that was a one-time thing last year, that it was maybe a fluke, or because we don't have great tradition of getting here. But the team last year kind of set the tone, and then the three guys that we had returning kind of understood what it took to get here. We had great leadership from those guys all year long. And now to win a couple of games, it's going to help recruiting. And I think we're going to have another good team next year.
In conclusion now, Coach, it's always tough to get a loss, especially in a tournament, especially as you just get that much closer to what would have been a Final Four appearance on Monday. But the one thing that I heard from other people in the media, throughout the stands, listening to people, the Dakota State Trojans are a very class act, a lot of character.
I'm really glad you brought that up because I had so many coaches down here telling me that, and people that I didn't know saying what a classy group. One of the officials last night told my assistant Matt and my son, said, "You're one of the classy, most professional group of young men, players that we've had in this tournament," and that really makes you feel good. I told the players after the game, we lost, but they really did themselves proud. There's a lot of people and I told them that it really meant something to me to hear those comments about how classy and professional they were.
Okay, I wanted to touch on three more people, very important to the team, the success. Our trainer, Brad, he makes certain that people are taped, wrapped, whatever it takes to make them ready to play. And if they're not, he tells you they're not ready. Just talk about Brad.
Well, Brad's the best trainer I've ever had. I've been at the Division I level and been other places, and he's a great trainer. He knows what he's doing. He takes care of the young men, which is his job to do. Sometimes it gets a little frustrating because I want him on the floor, and he's pretty hard-headed. He just says, "Nope, they can't practice today." But I have tremendous respect for Brad Gilbert.
And the last two that I want to mention are your assistants, Mike Larson and Matt Garner.
I think I've got as good a staff as any NAIA program in the country. I wouldn't trade either one of them. As I always say, one of them's got a job as long as I've got a job. Can you imagine me going home after 42 years of marriage and saying, "Hey, I just fired your son"? But they both do a great job, and so I hope to have them both back. I know Matt will be back, but I hope to have Mike back. We don't know yet whether he's going to be back. He's a graduate assistant. He's got his master's, and we're trying to find something for him to do because he'd like to be back, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Coach Gary Garner, again, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. a privilege doing ball games for you.
It's
Thank
been
you.
a lot of fun for me, Jim. Thank you.